Hey, Yinz guys and gals, gather around for a journey like no other. It's time to hop on board the Yinz Goin podcast. From the rivers that meet at the point to form downtown Pittsburgh, to the sheer face of Half Dome, to the furthest corners of the globe, Matt will be your compass, your confidant, your companion as we explore the wonders of travel. So sit back, relax on your couch, and let the wanderlust whoosh over Yinz as we discover new horizons and reminisce about old favorites. With Matt by our side, the sky's the limit. Join Matt on the Yinz Goin podcast because when it comes to travel, the journey's just getting started. And now, without further ado, let's give a shot for your guide through the highways and byways of travel. Your planning partner, the man with the map, Matt Schraeder. How Yinz doing? Welcome to the Where Yinz Goin podcast. I'm Matt. I'm your host. Joining me today is a newcomer to the podcast, Amanda.
Haha.
Okay, yeah. No, we're not bringing in another Amanda. This is the Amanda who's been here like all the time, so much that she's
Yeah.
like has a residency like Penn and Teller in Vegas, I guess.
I I could be Penn and Teller. Although, am I the silent one? No.
No. You said that, not me. So actually, this is the fourth week in a row that Amanda's been on the podcast in some way, shape, or form. So,
Telling you, you can't get rid of me.
but this is her first appearance of the year.
Oh,
Oh, on that note, Happy New Year's, everybody.
Happy New Year, 2026.
So, starting in just 2 short weeks, though, is the EPCOT International Festival of the Arts.
Epcot International Farts. Favorite festival.
It works.
Yeah. I think I'm one of the few people who calls it farts. I think the last time Donna heard that for the first time, she's like, "You called it what?" I was like, "You've never heard it called farts? Come on. Festival of the Arts, farts."
It smells a lot better, though. Don't
It
worry.
does.
Especially with all the food there. It's good stuff.
Yes.
And so, this is the visual arts, performing arts, and culinary arts that are celebrated. It's
Yes.
a fairly new festival, too. The first time it was celebrated was only 2017.
Yeah.
So, it's a youngin'.
It's a youngin', but it's very quickly become many people's favorite festival in Epcot.
And this year, it will be celebrated for a wonderful 39 days from
Yeah.
January 16th until February 23rd.
Which I think is the longest that it's run so far, which it should run longer.
It gets bigger and better each time.
Yeah.
And so the spirit of the Epcot International Festival of the Arts goes back to Walt Disney himself and his original concept for Disneyland, that he got upset that he could not fix or update movies after they were released. And it's a um, fairly well-known thing that about his displeasure with the ending of the original Snow White, that
Yes.
with coming up against the deadlines and budget restrictions and whatever else, that there was a little bit of a mistake with the filming of the final kiss scene, I believe it was, with the prince, that he shimmied a little bit, that he moved. Now they have fixed it since then with digital stuff, but he was not happy about the original thing and eventually wanted to go back and fix it. And maybe he did go back and reshoot that whenever during one of the re-releases of it.
I'm
Um,
not sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
but that was one of the things that got to him. Or he would get done with it, and with the pressures of um, the deadlines of getting it premiered and all that, there were things he was not happy with, and he wanted to be able to fix them. And so
Right.
that's whenever he came up with Disneyland, he wanted that living and breathing entity that he could constantly improve and that could evolve.
Right.
And so that's why with Disneyland, it's basically a performance, and it has a lot of these elements of a production.
Yes. And
And by
that's
the way,
why a
we're
lot of their like the verbiage that cast members, obviously they're not workers, they're cast members, but they use a lot of theater verbiage around the parks.
they wear their
They
costumes.
wear costumes.
There's
You're on stage
the
versus off
backstage,
stage or
yeah, the backstage
backstage.
area.
Yep.
Yep. And even with the layout of Disneyland, you see a lot of this. And we're going to have a whole episode where we talk about a bunch of this. So you get a whole
Mm,
lot more detail later on. But whenever you come into in the Magic Kingdom and in, well, both Magic Kingdom Park and Disneyland, is that
yes.
whenever you come in through that little tunnel, you see the posters that are like the preview posters for, posters for the attractions. It's like a preview poster for coming attractions later that you would see at a movie theater.
Yes.
That it's the coming attractions thing.
Yeah.
Then you go under the tunnel into into Central Plaza, and that's like the curtain rising on a production where you get the reveal of here's what's happening on the names on the windows in Main Street USA. There's the credits,
Yep.
and they can be either opening credits or closing credits, depending
Yeah.
on which way you're walking. And this is actually something interesting that if you watch old movies, and whenever we were on our flight from Australia, I watched um, Spartacus, like the old, was that
Oh, the
Kirk Douglas,
original?
the
Yeah.
original, and even if you watch like the old time Christmas movies, like
Yep.
What Christmas and all that, or
My favorite.
um, Meet Me in St. Louis, stuff like that.
The
The
Wonderful
the
Life and all
Yeah,
of
it's the one
those. Yeah.
that all those older movies, the credits were in the beginning of the movie.
Yes.
And so you waited like 20 minutes for the movie to start going through all of
Mm.
that. And then the end credits became more common in the late 60s and early 70s. And a few notable exceptions was Citizen Kane, 1941, that had end credits. And
Hmm.
then Around the World in 80 Days from 1956 had extensive end credits. So that's kind of where
Yeah.
the whole thing started. So it's easier for, I get it's more fan friendly that you can leave the movie theater when you're done if you don't want to sit through them.
Yeah.
Although now, like the Marvel movies, they have those little end
They have Easter eggs.
sketches,
Yeah.
and a couple other movies have adopted that too. And now also in Disneyland and Magic Kingdom, or yeah, Magic Kingdom, they
Well, in
use
all Disney parks, yes.
all the parks really, that they use movie techniques like forced perspective or false fronts,
Hmm.
and especially at back when it was MGM Studios and even into Hollywood Studios with the New York Street and San
Oh,
Francisco
yeah. They
streets,
were
that was
all
like on,
sets.
yeah, that was meant to be purposely built that way that you could actually see it. Same thing even with
Yeah.
the Star Tours. You can still see
Yes.
that with the Ewok Village
You
and
can
the
still see
AT-AT.
that. Yeah.
So, but even also now with Galaxy's Edge, that if you're leaving Hollywood Studios and you're driving out and you drive out the back way, you can see the some of the rocks. You can see the structure of it in the backside of that.
Yes, you can, which I think kind of ruined it a little bit. They should have done a little bit of design on the backside so that it didn't ruin the effect. But, well.
Yeah, you get that out in Disneyland too. That you can see the
Disneyland, it's
backside
worse because you can
of.
see so much of the back of everything because there's no back lots like there is in Walt Disney World because Disneyland is just there's no space to grow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're driving down the street and you look over, like, hey, there's Space
Yeah.
Mountain. It
Hmm.
was the weirdest thing when the first time I went there.
Right?
Yeah, and the backdrop of Cars Land specifically stands out.
Yes. It's too hard. It's a little harder to immerse into the theming in Disneyland because there's no room to
You don't quite,
manipulate as
yeah, you don't
much.
quite have as big of a bubble.
You're
And that's
not quite in
why,
a bubble.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's why
Best way
staying
to
at,
say it.
yeah, at one of the properties in Disneyland just puts you in that mood more
Hmm.
than at Disney World. Well,
Agreed.
there's a lot fewer options for it.
Yeah.
So now in the parks, there's also the bridges that lead to the different lands. And that's kind of like a
Yes.
scene change. And it was during one of the tours that they specifically pointed this out that there's a change in texture under your feet
Yes.
because it'll go from whatever the concrete is to the wood back to the concrete. And then
Hmm.
like let you feel, all right, something's different here as it kind of
Yeah.
leads into not just a visual change, but a tactile change.
And even we were talking about it in a previous podcast, like the music, where if it
Hmm.
you don't really notice it, but if it wasn't there, you would notice the absence of the music. So, like the different lands in the Magic Kingdom, when you're going from Main Street, USA, you kind of have that like change of the century Victorian type music to Adventureland, for example. You get the jungle music background. Um, if it wasn't there, even though you have the scene change and the environment change and the bridges change and the ground changes, you would notice something was missing if there were no music to lead you into the land. It's just it's all encompassing changing.
Oh yeah, that's with even the architecture and the
Mm,
themes of the attractions to the cast member costumes
costumes, yes.
to even the garbage can themes. And that's one of the
Yes.
neatest thing is how the garbage cans are painted to
Yep.
match the environment.
I love that. I saw somewhere somebody had put up like a post. I don't know if it was on like Instagram or something, maybe Pinterest back in the day of like all the trash cans and like there's a pin set that Disney had released years ago of like all the different trash cans that you could collect, you know.
Well, thanks, Amanda. Now that's the next thing I have to get.
Yeah, right.
Honey, for for our anniversary, can we
I
get
would like a set of pins of all the different trash cans, you know.
although as this is airing, we will be leaving for Walt Disney World in a grand total of drum roll please, 2 days.
It's exciting.
So I'm excited.
I do not actively have a planned Disney vacation at the moment, which
Oh,
is the saddest thing ever.
yeah.
I was supposed to be going to be at the Festival of the Arts with my girlfriend, but we had to cancel our trip due to family illness. So that was just not really a, I'm kind of sad now that I'm recording this episode.
Well, if you ever, find yourself laughing hysterically and you're floating on top of the ceiling like in Mary Poppins, there's your
Right.
sad thing to bring you down of I don't
Yeah.
have a what would happen if you didn't have a Disney trip planned? And
Oh,
yeah,
I mean, eventually I will, but
yeah,
it's it's
it's
one of
coming.
those inevitabilities of life that I will at some point just be like, darn it, I need a trip, and I will just book a trip.
And now one other thing that they even do to immerse you in the different lands is even the ground. It can have
Yes.
like hoof prints in Frontierland
Yep.
or in Animal Kingdom. There's tire tracks sometimes that you'll see going through the
Yes.
concrete.
Or like
It,
I love how they put in the new Fantasyland in the Dumbo area. There's peanuts in the circus grounds. Not actual peanuts, in case you're allergic, but like there's
yeah,
peanuts scattered where the circus grounds are. Like just silly things that like again, if it were missing, you would notice. You
yeah,
wouldn't notice, you don't necessarily notice unless someone points it out, but if it were missing these elements, you would notice something was missing.
the things that are hidden in plain sight.
Yes.
Or even like over near in Hollywood Studios by Gertie's Ice Cream of Extinction.
Gertie's, how did Gertie get into the lake? She walked.
Yep, the footprints there and the cracks. It's not even just the footprints, but the cracks in the
The
sidewalk.
cracks from her stepping, yes.
Or in Toy Story Land,
Andy's
Andy's.
footprints.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and now, since Walt Disney World is sort of an extension of Disneyland, it was built out of it. That Walt
Hmm.
wanted to, like we were saying, Walt wants to perfect it and get into that bubble and keep out
Yes.
the stuff he doesn't want to be seen. That they use those same elements. The food is even themed in some of the
Yes.
lands, like Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, and
They're
then
named
the
properly
names of it.
for
Yeah,
galactic foods, yes.
and then the actual food offerings, like in the World Showcase, go with the
Are
countries.
yes.
And now some attractions have slipped out of the land's theme, like
Hmm.
Tiana's Bayou Adventure is not exactly Frontierland,
Eh,
and
yeah.
it fits very nicely in Disneyland when it's
Yeah.
adjacent to Norland Square, but
Right.
it's not exactly the Wild West. Same thing
Yeah.
with the upcoming Cars attraction that they're going to do.
Where they
It's
kind of fit it in with the new characters that they're introducing, where they kind of made it into like it it
if
fits
you
and it
squint,
doesn't. It's eh, okay.
yeah. But
We all
no,
know how I feel about changes at Disney.
yes,
You know.
you have to. You be very good friends with the our pal Dewey, who
Yes,
hosts
we've discussed this.
yeah the WDW Reflections podcast,
Yes.
refurbish, not replace.
Yeah.
And now some of the lands now that they have gone
Mm,
above and beyond what Walt's dreams could have even been with immersiveness. And we mentioned them there of
yes.
Star Wars Galaxy's Edge,
Star
Toy
Wars
Story
Galaxy's
Land,
Edge, those all, yes.
Cars Land, Pandora. They're just
Those
so amazing.
areas specifically, like you feel like you're stepping into the movies. I mean, I wish they would, like you said, refurbish certain areas to match the immersiveness of those areas because they really perfected it there,
Oh, absolutely.
you know.
I'm waiting for a Cars Land to come to the East Coast.
If they just replicated it like they did with Galaxy's Edge, that would be fine. I'd be okay with that.
Although
Just,
I'm excited. Yeah.
you
Pick it
know,
up, carbon copy.
just pick it up, carbon copy, and just place it Hollywood Studios, more like would be a better location than in Magic Kingdom, though.
Yeah, I fully
Not
agree with
really.
that.
Although the Villains Land is perfect in Magic Kingdom. I think that's appropriate.
Yeah. Yeah, especially where it's at sort of back in the corner away. That's kind
Yeah.
of this isolated thing.
Isolated, little. Yeah. I like that.
So now the Epcot International Festival of the Arts kind of celebrates all these artistic skills that help create the Disney parks.
Yes.
That we're just going through with the food and um the visual stuff and just the theming and all that. So this is how
Yeah.
where it all comes and ties in. And so we're gonna dive right into. We've had a whole podcast about theater on here, and we've
Yes.
established Amanda's theater props or chops and all that. The Disney on Broadway stuff.
Oh gosh, the Disney on Broadway stuff is phenomenal.
So this is held at the America Gardens Theater in the American Adventure in Epcot. By the way, the Epcot International Festival of the Arts, in case you didn't know, happens at Epcot,
Yes.
which is very unfortunate because if it was somewhere else, then that would just throw
It
people
would
off
just
so
not
much.
work with the name.
So there's a you get a pair of Broadway performers who will
Hmm.
sing songs from Disney musicals. There are two pairs that perform for 2 weeks. And
Hmm.
so the pairs will alternate every day or two. So it's like one pair, then the other pair. So during any week that you're there, you could potentially see four different performers,
Yeah.
depending on how many times you're going to the to Epcot and stuff. And
Yeah.
they have several performances each day at 5:30 p.m., 6:45 p.m., and 8 o'clock p.m. At least that's what they've had in the past.
Yeah.
Seating is first come, first serve, and it can get pretty crowded there, especially depending on who the
Depending on
performers
who's
are.
performing. Because some of
Although,
these performers have cult followings.
oh yeah.
The Broadway people get pretty intense. Yeah.
And now, if you would rather not have to wait in line for like an hour and a half, if you would like to get your reserved seating, get a dining package.
Yes.
And now we've talked on here about the dining packages at the Epcot International Festival of the Holidays with the Candlelight Processional.
Yes. And they
It's
also have it for
Eat to the Beat concert series.
Beat concert series, and they have it for the Garden Rocks. Is it Garden Rocks
Yeah,
still?
Garden Rocks.
For the Flower and Garden Festival.
Yeah, so you get a meal at a restaurant and guaranteed seating for performance that day,
Hmm.
the day that you have your reservation.
Yes.
Now, the reservation section is first come, first serve. So, if you want the best seats in the best seat area, you got to be there early, but you're not maybe a half hour early, not 90 minutes early, and you are
Right.
guaranteed that you will get a seat somewhere there. Although, I would suggest being there at least a half hour, 20 minutes early, because if
Yeah,
those seats aren't filled, they will release those
they
at
do.
the
I think
closer to the last minute.
they usually say within the last half an hour they release everything to everybody.
And so they'll give you all that information whenever you're
Yeah.
eating, though.
Hmm.
And speaking of those meals, they could be a breakfast, lunch, or dinner. The meals vary by restaurant, so check with your travel advisor to help you figure that out. You get an entree and dessert or the buffet, depending on what it is, and then drinks. And if you're 21 or older and have the ID to prove it, or like me, the lack of hair and wrinkles to prove it, they'll you
They will
can
serve you
get an
alcoholic,
alcoholic
yes.
one. Yeah. Now the one alternate or exception to this
Exception.
rule is Spice Road table that has two small plates, a shared tagine, which is like a type of stew, and then a shared dessert platter.
Hmm.
I mean, come on, we can't each get a dessert platter. I
I know,
mean,
right?
and then they also have same day packages, and this will be offered at the Regal Eagle Smokehouse, Craft Drafts and Barbecue.
Yes.
No, all the other ones are table service restaurants. This is a quick service restaurant, and it's only available here for same day packages. So there might not be any available whenever you check in, but if it's a last minute thing of, oh, you know what, I think we should go, or we're going to try and just get there your first day, and all right, it didn't work out. Either we got there late or whatever, we couldn't see it. All right, here's our last day in Epcot. We definitely want to see it. Can we get the reserved
Worth a
seating?
shot.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The cost will range from about 50, and this is again last year's prices I was looking at. Adults is $56 to $99. Regal Eagle will come in a little bit less at 36. Kids prices are $21 to $49. Dining plans can be used for most of the restaurants, with the exception of Regal Eagle.
Mhm.
And then Le Cellier Steakhouse is two table service meals, so be prepared for that.
Yes.
And now there are 15 restaurants you can choose from.
Oh, wow.
So going around the uh, World Showcase here, La Hacienda de San Angel in Mexico, Nine Dragons, and a little bit out of order here with jumping to China with Nine Dragons, the Beer Garden in Germany, Tutto Italia Ristorante, and Via Napoli Ristorante e Pizzeria in Italy. We mentioned the Regal Eagle as your same day thing. In
Hmm.
Japan, it's the Shihisai Sushi Izakaya and Teppan Edo. Over in Morocco, it's Spice Road Table, which we talked about before.
Yep.
France, there are two, Chefs de France and Le Crêpier de Paris. I guess Amanda should be the one saying these French words, huh?
La Crêperie de Paris.
In the United Kingdom is the Rose and Crown Dining Room, and then Le Cellier Steakhouse. And then also over at the Land, the Garden Grill, and in the Living Seas with Nebo and Friends is the Coral Reef Restaurant.
Yes.
So if I had to choose one, I'd say yes, please. And
Yeah. One of
this is,
each.
yeah, go back a
That's
couple times.
always the hardest part is which restaurant do I choose?
Which restaurant do you choose this time?
Yeah.
Or well, which one do you choose first? And
Right.
then just work through them.
Hmm. It usually depends on my travel party.
Yeah.
That's the answer.
What's going to please everybody?
Or who I'm with, yeah.
Now,
Depends if my picky kid is with me.
oh,
He's
yeah.
actually not picky. He's the Disney bougie Disney kid. He eats at all the fancy restaurants.
Well, he's picky in that. Okay,
He's
mom, we're
picky, but not at Disney.
elevated. Yeah.
Yeah, which is weird.
So there's also the Once Upon a Stage, the Magic of Disney on Broadway. So this is open
Hmm.
from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. So basically, whenever Epcot's open, this is going to be
Yes.
in Communicore Hall. The exhibit will celebrate Disney on Broadway that has some authentic props, costumes, and behind the scenes insights.
Yes.
So again, those of you who are the Disney on Broadway fans or just theater fans, here's
Yeah.
your
There's some
chance to
pretty
see
cool stuff
some.
in there.
Yeah, I missed the backlot tour that had whenever we got done
Mm.
with the tram tour that you would go through and you got to see some of the props. I remember the one time they had stuff. Well, once was Star Wars stuff, so of course I
Well,
was thrilled
yeah.
with that. There was another one that had Lord of the Rings things, like
Oh,
Gimli's axe
yes.
and stuff.
I do remember that. Okay.
So
Yeah.
I'd I think I got some video of it that the pictures just didn't turn out with the glass and everything. It
Hmm.
was too dark inside. It's like, oh, come on.
Well, and that's
So
the other thing I miss about when they had the Great Movie Ride because they had props set throughout the
the queue,
queue.
like Dorothy's ruby slippers and stuff like
Hmm.
that.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's been about 2 seconds since we just talked about food. So let's talk about more food.
Let's talk about more food.
So they have food studios.
Yes.
And now this is similar to the holiday kitchens for the Epcot International Festival of the Holidays, the outdoor kitchen during the Epcot International Flower and Garden Festival, and the Emile or is it Emile's fromage montage? It's
Yeah. Same thing, outdoor kitchens, but
yeah.
you know.
So they changed what the name is. There's over
Yeah.
20 food studios. You're going to see some of the names that are similar. Other places are going to have different names but similar menus.
Hmm.
And the names here are just more artistic to fit with the theme of the festival.
Hmm.
So, but many of the, if you look at the pictures of some of the food, or whenever you're there, if you get some of the food, it looks amazing and it's a work of art in and of itself.
Yes. I
That
mean, the chefs they pull out all the stops. They just everything is amazing to look at and amazing to eat, but it's just incredible to watch. And sometimes they will, as you're watching them assemble things, it's just really cool to see
it's the, the artist.
the art.
You get the art in the food too.
Yeah, it's the culinary art.
And so you're going to hear this on an upcoming episode whenever we talk about our trip over Thanksgiving to Australia. We
Hmm.
went to a restaurant there that was owned and run by a chef that won Master Chef. He's an Indonesian guy. And so the food is a dessert place. And so
Mm,
desserts look so amazing. And then my wife was like, it was okay, but it wasn't like the best thing I've ever had in my life. So it was great on the visual, but like Amanda said here, you get the visual stuff and it's really, really tasty too.
yeah.
So yeah, my wife was a little bit disappointed.
Oh, that is disappointing.
So I guess we have to make up for it by going to Epcot
Festival.
for this.
Yeah. Hopefully she likes that better.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been down there, especially for the international festival of the holidays that we typically whenever
Yeah.
we go down, that we've stopped at some of the booths. She's going by like, oh, that smells good, or oh, that
Right.
looks good, or a
I
combination of
usually
both.
make my list like a month in advance.
And check it
So,
twice.
and I usually like, whenever I'm going, whoever my travel partner is, I'm like, guess what? You have to share with me because I can't eat everything. So make your own list and we'll compare so that you know what to share. And there's no such thing as germs in Disney. So,
I say that's what the pixie dust is for.
right?
So now they have not released the full details for the food studios yet. Well, at least as of this recording, it usually comes out early January. So
It drives me nuts. They wait until the last possible minute to release these menus. And like, I want to plan my food trip. Okay. I need to know these things. These are important details.
it's like, wait, we just had Christmas. Don't make me wait again. Come
I
on.
know.
And now some of the ones that they had before, there's opening bites, which this is in Celebration Plaza. And so if you're
Mhm.
coming in the regular entrance to Epcot, that's the first food studio you're going to encounter. So appropriate name. And a few of the things there is the soft shell crab sliders. Interesting. But then the thing that I think I'm more enchanted with is the Enchanted Rose, which is a
Yeah,
milk
it's
chocolate
beautiful.
rose with with a raspberry and rose center. So I think we've had that offered.
That was offered at Hollywood Studios at one point too.
Do they have something similar to that
Similar.
at Cinderella's Royal Table?
Yes, they had
Oh, I think
that
it's
at
like a
one
moose
point.
thing.
It's like a moose
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Next is the Connections Eatery at the Connections Eatery, obviously. It's
Mhm.
the Figments Liege waffle with, is it ube filling?
Big.
And now it's
Yeah.
not shaped like figment, so that's a big
Which, come on.
disappointment. But it has like a figment medallion thing on it.
Yeah. I don't really like ube things, so I'm not eating the figment waffle, but
Yeah, if it was shaped like figment, then I'd make an
I
exception.
might
But
make an exception if it's shaped like my favorite dragon, but no.
there's the fictional victuals or victuals, whatever. This is near your refreshment station.
Hmm.
The items are indeed fact, so it's not fiction. So that's good. But it's kind of interesting here that it's the squid ink pasta with crab,
Nope.
truffle cream, and shaved truffles. I mean, You're not squid ink? No.
No,
It's good for writing, but yeah. There's the charred octopus with
nope.
crushed fingerling potatoes,
I'm not
Kalamata
that
olives,
adventurous.
capers, and romesco sauce. Now, my daughter actually, my wife likes to go to some Asian restaurants, and the one thing that they get are octopus balls, which is like, yeah, it's a little octopus, and then it's like in a little ball shaped thing that's fried. And my daughter loves those things. Yeah,
I have not cultivated a taste for octopus. Sorry.
it can be a little bit chewy depending
Mm,
on how it's prepared.
yeah.
Yeah. Next
Now,
up, now this is something that's more up your, well, not really up
yes,
your, well, sort of. It's the black cocoa brownie with ube ice cream. So there's
who
maybe
bakes? Oh,
for, and then a coral tweel and sponge cake. Now, a tweel is a thin, crisp wafer cookie.
mhm.
So I don't know if you can get by the ice cream flavor there, but
I'll deal with
the
it.
last one though, the butterscotch milkshake with a chocolate garnish.
I do like my milkshakes.
Oh, and butterscotch. Yep.
Hmm.
Next up is the deconstructed dish, which is also near refreshment station. It
Yes.
has this is interesting with deconstructed uh, dishes is that
Yeah,
the
these are fun.
ingredients are served separately so that you can
Yeah,
combine them how you want. It's meant to highlight the individual flavors.
but the way they're displayed is actually really nice too. They do a beautiful job of displaying them on the dish.
Yeah, they make it pretty.
Hmm.
It's like a little bit of that, a little bit of this. So
Hmm.
next, the Figment's Imagination Station, and this is in the Odyssey, that little
Yes.
building thingy that's the
It's
little
next to the baby
sidewalk
care
way.
center. Yeah.
Yeah, sidewalk way
So,
between Test Track and Mexico.
yeah. So this I love because they always pull out old figments from the original Figment ride,
And you get to see them there and get your
and you get to
pictures.
see them in there, which Figment's my favorite.
And now some of the things they have there are the raspberry pastry tart. Now, this looks like a Pop Tart, but it's a sugar cookie
The
with
cookie,
raspberry and lemon cream.
delicious. And the rainbow cake.
Rainbow cake topped with Skittles popped freeze dried candy.
Hmm.
I remember that as a kid, well, like the freeze dried dehydrated ice cream stuff that we would get
Yep.
going to like science centers and things.
Yeah, and like the Space Museum and
Yep.
NASA. Yep.
There's the Figment Imagination Lemonade with choice of flavor.
Hmm.
This was another thing we had in Australia that there was a lemonade with like a black syrup thing, and this was at the same fancy restaurant with the master chef guy, and the young lady who was serving us didn't really know too much. She's like, we're like, well, what's it taste like? She's like, well, it's black syrup. What does that mean?
It's like, well, that's descriptive. Thank you.
Yeah, I would have never guessed that. So
Right?
it turned out it was kind of like a licorice type flavor
Oh,
thing. So it
yeah.
was yeah, it
Eh.
just got an on the official rating scale.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what it sounds like it would get from me too.
Now also here they have the hard cider flight and the beer flight. Although as a
Yep.
disclaimer, please do not drink while flying. That goes for you, Peter Pan. You're not old enough to drink anyway.
It's the
That's one of the
downside.
downsides of never growing up, I guess.
Yeah.
Now heading over to Mexico, there's El Artista Hambriento, where you can get chicken and fish or chicken and beef, but there's no ham.
Mm-mm.
Next in China, so nothing in Norway, I'm sorry. But in China, there's the painted panda that has strawberry bubble milk tea. I know my wife is a big bubble tea fan.
Yeah, I'm not really a bubble tea person. It's just an odd texture, but that's just me.
It was funny whenever I think it was my niece who first tried to drink it, and she almost like choked herself that she was just drinking normally and got one of the tapioca pearls that came up the straw. Like there's like, oh my God, you're not supposed to just drink. It's an acquired skill, okay? So yeah. Now moving over to the refreshment outpost, so the little outpost area that's right past the little drawbridge is the artist pal. They have the artist palette jumbo chocolate chip cookie. There's a mouthful. literally and figuratively. And so this is pretty neat though, how they do it. That it is a cookie that has like a little hole cut in it, like an actual palette where you would put your thumb, and then there's little blobs of yellow, red, and blue icing that make it look like an artist palette.
Yeah, which is fun. That's cute.
Next in Germany is the pastoral palette, where you
Hmm.
can get black forest cake, again theming to the area. This is a chocolate mousse with morello cherries and chantilly cream. And you can also get a frozen rosé here. So that make it like a
Rosé.
frosé. Is that our official thing we
Yeah,
can go with?
rosé. That's what I call it.
In Italy, l'art di was it
Mangier.
mangiare, so manja. You can
Hmm.
get the tricolor or tricolore, with the way it's with the e at the end of that. A cheese-filled ravioli, or sorry, a ravio
Ravioloni?
ravioloni. There we go.
Yeah,
So it's not ravioli.
they're
Ravioloni
like
are,
tiny
yeah, they're
raviolis.
small,
Yeah.
very small raviolis.
Hmm.
And a pomodoro cream and pesto sauces.
Yeah.
There's the mozzarella frita. So
Hmm.
flash fried breaded fresh mozzarella
Which
with
is delicious.
artist palette condiments.
Yeah.
So you can get
Dip
your own
them in
nice little,
different condiments, which I
mhm.
like that. I think that's fun.
Yeah, fried mozzarella. I'm not a big cheese guy, but fried mozzarella is something I can get down with. The more I go with the more mild cheeses. So a little provolone, mozzarella. I'm not a big like American cheese fan or the stronger tasting ones. Never was. Now, another thing though, this has the hazelnut s'more cannoli. So it's a cannoli shell dripped in chocolate and graham cracker, chocolate hazelnut cannoli cream, and then toasted marshmallows. So, yes, please. Over in
Let's.
the American Adventure, it has the artist table. And so be careful with like all these similar sounding names. They all have like art or palette or something in them.
Mhm.
So you gotta be careful where you're going. Here they have a hummingbird cake, not made with real hummingbird though.
No.
Instead, this has banana and pecan cake dipped in cream cheese icing with caramel sauce and warm pineapple compote. And compote is the chunky fruit sauce.
Hmm.
So if you're like, we we had spaghetti the other day, and the spaghetti sauce we got had like the chunks of tomato in there, and my daughter just was not having it. She's
Nope.
like, "There's tomatoes in this." Like,
I blend my sauce.
there's always tomatoes in pasta
I
sauce.
cannot do chunky tomato sauce either. I
No,
stick it in the blender and just zip it up, and then it's good.
yeah, that's what my wife said. She likes more of a puree. I was like, "All right,
Yeah, I
blender, let's
puree
go."
it. Yep.
It was also kind of a
I'm
shock.
just like that, so it is okay.
It was also kind of a shock that she's saying of like, "I don't like tomatoes." Like, well, you were just eating ketchup. What do you like? You know what's in
Not
there?
the same.
That's what she said too.
Not the same. Ketchup is like,
No, it has a whole lot more ingredients in there. Yes.
no, it's not quite tomatoes. It's like tomato adjacent. Okay.
And it's got tomato in it, but it's not
It's
like
got
tomatoes.
tomato
Yeah.
in it. It's not really tomatoes.
And growing up in Pittsburgh, where the Heinz plant was, where
Oh
my grandma lived down the street from this, and my high school was on a hill that was above the Heinz plant. And so on days when they were making ketchup, you knew they were making ketchup.
God. Uh-huh.
So yeah, you could smell it.
Mm-mm.
Now, also in American Adventure is funnel cakes, and they
Oh,
have
their funnel cakes are my favorite.
the cotton candy funnel cake topped with powdered sugar, vanilla ice cream, whipped cream, pink and purple sugar dusting, and cotton candy crunch.
Yeah.
So make sure you bring your insulin shot for that one.
Right.
It was funny that my wife has watched things, about health food, and
Oh,
they're saying about having too much sugar can lead to diabetes and stuff. And so whenever we
yeah.
were at
Yeah.
that fancy restaurant, my daughter tried the her dessert first, and my wife asked her and got on video of this. What's it taste like? She's like, it's kind of like ice cream. And then she's like, ugh, too much diabetes. Okay.
Oh God.
Yeah. So anyway, moving on to Japan, there's Goshiki
Mm. Goshiki.
and Goshiki. Goshiki or go home.
Mm.
And they have taiyaki, which is a crisp, flaky fish-shaped pastry filled with sweet red bean, served with whipped topping and blueberry popping boba.
Not
Amanda's
sure
making
how I feel
faces.
about red bean. I don't know.
So my wife is a big fan of that. That she'll get these red bean pastry things from the Asian stores an awful lot. That
Mm-mm.
she likes eating them. Actually, looks like chocolate whenever she eats them. That the consistency and everything. But Indonesians also have fish cakes, but there's no filling. They're just little cakes made in the shape of a fish.
Hmm.
So I guess it's an Asian thing. I don't know.
Yeah,
They also have Wagyu buns. So these are steamed buns filled with American Wagyu. I guess there's no Japanese Wagyu there. I don't know.
I don't know.
But it's served with Japanese karashi mustard sauce and violet shiso sauce.
Okay.
Then they also have sushi donuts,
Which
which
are
are
really delicious.
donut shaped sushi featuring salmon, tuna, shrimp, cucumber, and sesame seed over a decorated plate of wasabi aioli, sriracha aioli, and eel sauce. So here's the question. Would you rather have sushi shaped donuts or donut shaped sushi? There's a mouthful for you. Either way,
Hmm.
one of
One
each.
of each.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whenever we talked to our boss Donna about her Royal Caribbean cruise to the Mediterranean, she was talking about the class she took making candy sushi,
Candy sushi. Yeah, that
which
looked
was
really
actual
fun.
candy. They were just made to look like sushi rolls.
That looked fun. That was cute.
Yeah. I can just imagine my daughter doing that. She would get a kick out of it. Although I think
Mhm.
she'd have more fun eating the ingredients instead of making it. So
Right? Mine too.
they also have the Okinawa lemonade,
Which
which
was
is
really good. It's like a
lemonade
citrusy
mix
lemonade. Yeah.
with Shukawasa citrus.
Yeah.
So I think Mr. Miyagi would approve.
Hmm.
Then there's the Masu Saki and a
Hmm.
traditional personalized wooden cup, which I think is
Yeah, we
pretty
always
neat.
have to have the sake.
Then at the Tangerine Cafe, Flavors of the Medina in Morocco, there's the Moroccan spiced lamb,
Hmm.
stone baked Moroccan bread with assorted dips, and the
The
avocado
best
coconut
breads.
custard tart with pomegranate cream and henna inspired gelly veil.
Mm,
I'm not a big avocado person
no.
or coconut. So
Not for a dessert. I like avocado savory wise, not sweet.
my
Just
wife likes
doesn't,
both, so she might
yeah, she
be
might
down with
like it.
that. Now, in between Morocco and France is, I guess, Vibrante and Vivito
Hmm.
and Canto Cochina. So some of the things here are the passion fruit filled mango cheesecake with coconut pineapple cake, dragon fruit gali, and this is like a jelly type
Mm,
substances, the gali, and dragon fruit strawberry sauce.
delicious.
Then there's the layered tropical berry smoothie with wild berry, pina colada, and strawberry. This is a non-alcoholic drink for those of you who are not old enough or would choose not to partake in alcoholic beverages, or at least don't need one right away.
Right.
In
Take a break.
France, what's that?
Time to take a break.
Yeah.
No.
In France is, I'll let you read this one. You have a
L'art de
better,
la cuisine française.
yeah, what she said.
Oui.
So you want to read the next thing, the
Oh.
Pithiviers?
Here's de canard et voilà sauce canard, which is duck, quack.
Yeah. I knew the canard was duck.
Canard
So
is duck.
it's
Yeah.
the puff pastry with duck, chicken, onions, mushrooms, cranberries, and duck sauce.
It's a lot of duck.
Add a little bit of turkey, and you got your turducken. It's the
Turducken.
perfect
Yep.
thing. You know, you got the mushrooms in there, or sorry, the cranberries, kind of the mushroom onion thing with a little bit, the pastry. So there's kind of like your stuffing. So it's like Thanksgiving dinner to go.
Hmm. And then you have the crème de brie et petit pain, which
So
is brie. I love brie. Brie is fantastic. I love cheese of all flavors.
this is the warm, creamy brie in a house-made bread bowl.
The best way to serve brie. Although it would be fabulous in a puff pastry. Just saying.
Okay, so we still got 2 weeks until the festival kicks off. So Disney, you're listening. We know that.
We know
So
you're listening because you've heard us a few times, so
so
you know.
making a slight change.
You have the puff pastry because you're making the puff pastry duck. So you just need to put the brie inside,
Frankenfood type thing. We
right?
can make it. Yeah, it can work.
hmm And then they have the escargot en chocolat, which doesn't actually have snail in it, which is surprising because every French booth at every festival has snails in something.
Well, at least they're not listing it. Maybe it really is. No,
Mm,
there's no snail in it, but it's shaped like a
it's
snail,
shaped like a
and
snail.
it's actually very
It's very
creative.
cute.
And it actually there's like a hidden Mickey in there
Yeah, with
too.
the snail's head, eyes in the head. It's very cute. It's a very cute little snail.
And this is a chocolate mousse flourless cake, citrus was that
Cootie.
coulis,
hmm
and then almond chocolate coating and dark chocolate decoration.
Yes.
And these are very this is the thing you definitely want to take a picture of for your
This is
Instagram.
like the art of the culinary arts part of the food.
These are yeah,
Yeah.
as Amanda said, very well done.
hmm
And now over in Canada, I guess they kind of ran out of inventive names. There's gourmet landscapes.
Right.
Although I guess playing with the Canada and the theme of,
Yeah,
the
because the
Canada
Canada,
Pavilion
they
with
have
the
the
back.
landscape back there. Yeah.
So still though, I don't know.
Yeah.
And now there's the refreshment port. Now this is not refreshment outpost. This is
hmm
refreshment port. This is near Canada. It's the was that Crepice poutine
Caprice. Poutine. I
with
love poutine.
Tuscan spiced French fries, uh, confit tomatoes. So again, my daughter's not going to be a fan right away. Slivered garlic, mozzarella pearls, basil pesto, shaved pecorino, and balsamic glaze.
That sounds fantastic. On
And
French
then
fries? Yes.
and then they also have the artist palette jumbo chocolate chip cookie here. So
Mhm.
no matter which side of the World Showcase Lagoon you're on, you can get the
Get your
giant
cookie.
cookie. Yes. And so it's at the that is at the refreshment outpost and refreshment port. So no matter where you're going, refreshment places, you can get your cookie.
Yes.
There is Deco Delights, which is near the port of entry. So this is like the World Showcase Plaza thing,
hmm
directly opposite the American Adventure. The almond was that
Frangipane.
frangipane cake layered with raspberry jam and Belgian chocolate. And this is a very
Yes.
colorful thing.
This is another piece of art. Yeah, it's
Oh yeah,
beautiful.
this looks like one of those Piet Mondrian paintings that have like all the colorful rectangle
Yeah,
things.
very art deco.
Amazing how
Well,
they came up with that name, huh?
deco delight. Yeah.
All makes sense now.
All comes together.
And then a festival favorite with an amazing name, Swirled
Swirl
Showcase,
Showcase. They just keep it for every festival,
appropriately. There's the bubblegum soft serve in a cone.
which is delicious. You would not think bubblegum ice cream would be good, but it is.
You can't blow bubbles with it though. Please don't
Oh.
try. I think I might have seen a bubblegum type ice cream, but it had actual like little pieces of gum in it, and
Yeah, no, that does
it
like I
didn't
can
go well.
understand the concept, but it's not.
Yeah. Then they also have Dole Whip here in a
hmm
cone, either lemon, lime, or strawberry.
hmm
There's also the Imagination Cone, which uses
Yes.
that bubblegum soft serve in a lavender cone with quote unquote sparks of imagination and
hmm
white chocolate wings.
Yes.
So I don't know if we've discussed here white chocolate, yay or nay, thumbs up, thumbs down,
See, I like white chocolate. My 6-year-old hates it,
more for you, even better.
which I'm like, how do you, we do not, no, all chocolate is delicious. We do not discriminate against chocolate, but apparently we do not like white chocolate. So. But you're right, more for me.
Technically, it's not chocolate because it doesn't have the cocoa in it. So,
That's
but
true.
well, it's that whole
Very
debate
true.
of, is Batman a superhero type thing, but we'll save that for another discussion.
Excuse me, is Batman a superhero? What kind of question is that? Get out of here.
Well, he can't fly. Doesn't have super strength. No, he is super rich, so I guess that is a superpower. But
He's like Iron Man. Iron Man is the same concept because
true,
he paid
very
for
true.
all of his things. So, no, they're all superheroes within their own right. They save people. That's the concept. Be
No,
quiet.
Batman's my favorite, so I will definitely agree with you on that. But it's a controversy that it's relevant. I had to bring it up.
Okay.
We're on the same side, so we can be
All
friends. It's
right.
good. No,
That's what I
whenever
say.
we were in Australia, we went to Melbourne. Well, if you're there, it's Melbourne is the way you
Melbourne.
pronounce it. And then about 2 hours or so south of there is Phillip Island, and on there they have a very small chocolate factory that they
Mhm.
like make chocolate like just for the general area, and you can like order it online a bit. But we did the factory tour, and they were showing us how they made their milk chocolate, their dark chocolate, and their white chocolate. And so
Hmm.
they had some really, really creative things that they made. These were some works of art too, with like little Christmas trees, and instead of a gingerbread house, they had chocolate houses. They like,
Oh,
and
cool.
some of them were a mixture of the white chocolate and the milk chocolate and the dark chocolate with the different decorations. They looked really good.
Hmm. You didn't bring me any though.
Well, getting it through customs and
Customs.
getting on the plane, it would have gotten crushed probably. So it just would not have been the same presentation.
Mm.
But here's your travel tip for the next time you're in Australia.
Australia. Go
Stop
to the
by.
chocolate factory.
And we'll talk all about this on our actual podcast
Oh
devoted
yeah,
to Australia. So
it's on my bucket list.
now also there at the Swirl Showcase is the Candy Trio Flight.
Hmm.
Dole Whip. So it's Dole Whip strawberry with Starburst mini fruit chews.
Yep.
Dole Whip lemon with Skittle Pop freeze dry candy, and Dole Whip lime with chili lime seasoning and Lifesaver gummies.
Yeah. Which it's
Again, this is
really a Dole Whip flight with candy.
yeah, and again, it's mixing the ice cream with the chewy stuff. That it's
Hmm. Eh,
mixture of textures. I
yeah,
guess people put gummy bears on their ice cream sometimes.
that's
So,
true. My 6-year-old puts gummy bears on his ice cream, so I guess
well, I guess if mine had the choice, she'd put gummy bears on it just about
that's
anything.
true.
So
To each their own.
it's offered, so someone's got to like it.
Right?
Then, of course, there's the liquid nitrogen mini cake pop with berry sponge cake, white chocolate ganache, and colorful chocolate splots.
Hmm.
So, yeah. Now, not far from there at Pop Eats, which is near the port of entry. Is that
They
near
have
there?
your,
Yeah, same thing.
yeah,
It has tomato soup with grilled cheese and tomato soup with pimento cheese, bacon, fried green tomato, grilled cheese. So,
yeah.
is this
Which they
better?
serve in a tin can.
I say it better be Campbell's soup
I
too,
know, right?
or else Andy
Which you
Warhol.
would think that like it is a very famous piece of art with the Andy Warhol Campbell soup can. So I would hope they pay homage to the art,
I say otherwise he's
which
going
they
to
do
disapprove.
very,
Yeah.
pretty much all around World Showcase and EPCOT. So I think unless they couldn't get the rights, which is possible.
Although if they're just well, maybe the can isn't, but if they're like just using Campbell's soup to make it, I mean,
Right.
they should be able to.
Yeah,
Andy Warhol is a Pittsburgh guy,
that's
so
true.
and in Pittsburgh there is the Andy Warhol Museum, which is at the end of the Andy Warhol Bridge.
Oh.
Yeah, there's it's actually pretty neat that there are the 6th, 7th, and Ninth Street bridges that are all like this yellow suspension bridge that are
Hmm.
identical to one another. 6th Street is the Roberto Clemente Bridge, which leads to PNC Park, the baseball stadium.
Hmm.
Andy Warhol's the 7th Street, which leads to his museum. And then the Ninth Street is the Rachel Carson Bridge,
Oh, okay.
which I don't think leads to anything related to her. But there is a Rachel Carson, like, well, it's not quite an ultra marathon, but there's the Rachel Carson Trail in Pittsburgh that on the summer solstice. However, like 35 miles, whatever it is, people have from sun up till sundown to run it. And
Oh,
it's a
I like that.
big race thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a big thing.
Then, as always, there is Joffrey's Coffee and Tea Company. Oh, this is pretty neat that they have the Color Craze Latte and Donut,
Yeah.
which is espresso, Swiss chocolate syrup, dark chocolate sauce, and milk complemented with a frosted donut and whipped cream and topped with M&M chocolate minis.
Hmm.
That it was pretty interesting look to it, the way it's
Yeah.
set up. But if just going around isn't enough for you, they have the wonderful walk of colorful cuisine.
Yes.
So this is similar to the holiday cookie stroll during the Epcot International Festival of the Holidays, the garden graze during the Epcot International Flower and Garden Festival, and the global marketplaces during the Epcot International Food and Wine Festival.
Yes.
So you get your passport festival or the festival passport for free. Then you buy at least 5 items that of the featured items and get stamps for it. So not anything goes, but there's specific ones. Then you return it to Deco Delight's food studio and you get a reward.
Hmm.
Last year it was a Figment themed Rice Krispie treat.
Yeah.
So buy more food to get a reward of
Get more
food.
food.
Then there's also Figment's Brush with the Master's Scavenger Hunt.
Yes.
So for this one, you do have to pay. You buy a map and stickers. It was 11.99 plus tax.
Hmm.
You can get it at Creation Shop, Disney Traders, or World Traveler.
Yep.
What World Traveler? That's the one in the International Gateway entrance, to like the
Yes.
back door thing.
Yeah.
You can then go around and find Figment themed picture frames throughout the World Showcase in the pavilion's artwork, and you
Yeah.
got to find Figment
And
hidden
Figment
in
is
like
hidden in all these famous works of art. Like Figment is the Mona Lisa in one place, and like Figment is in the Birth of Venus. It's hysterical.
spoiler alert. So,
Like Figment
or
is put into all these famous works of art, which
yeah,
is just I it makes me giggle every time I see one.
or there's your hints that Amanda's giving you if you need the help.
Right.
So now you add the matching sticker to the map of where it is. And
Hmm.
here's the important thing, which Amanda's mom approves of, is you learn
You
about
learn about the
art.
art.
It's
Yes.
educational. So then you return the completed or even incomplete map to Disney Traders, Creation Shop, or the World Traveler to pick up a keepsake, a special keepsake.
Yes.
And last year you had a couple of choices. There was a paint your own figurine. There was either a Figment, Mickey, Minnie, or Goofy. And then there was a stencil set that was either Figment or Spaceship Earth.
Hmm.
And so since they don't really care if you complete this because you're paying for it to begin with, so you're
Right.
basically
So you could
buying this little
literally
thing.
return, like you could literally buy it and just hand it right back to them and get your souvenir. We found that out. Henry didn't want to do the pumpkin pursuit. We found like 3 pumpkins, and he's like, "I'm done. I don't want to look at any more pumpkins. Like this is boring." And I was like, "I want to go look at for pumpkins. Like, come on, dude." No, he just wanted the whatever it was. I think it was like a bento box this year for the or no, we did the Remy's. So there were two this year with Festival of the Arts because we were there in October. I was there in both September and October. So we had the Remy around World Showcase with Food and Wine Festival. So you could find Remy at all the marketplaces.
Hmm.
And he's like, I don't want to, I don't care. I don't want to go through World Showcase. So we just returned, like we found 1 or 2 Remy's and 2 pumpkins, and we just returned everything for the prizes. I was like, you're boring. This kid, he was very upset because Spaceship Earth was closed. That's why he was very mad at Epcot. So
Just threw them off.
he didn't want to do half of Epcot.
Yeah.
Party pooper.
He'll learn.
Hmm.
Now there's also the expression section, a paint
Yes, which
by
is very
number
fun.
mural. Actually, before we go on to that, going back, you just have to do the Figments brush with masters thing like 6 times to get them all. So it's one of
Right.
those collect them all type thing.
Yeah.
But now the expression section. This is open from 11 to 5 each day. It's
Hmm.
between the imagination and the world showcase. So that little walkway there along the side.
Yes.
And this is pretty neat. You paint a small section of a giant paint by number mural.
Yeah.
And I've seen these at other things that I was at a Lego show that they did one of these where they had these
Yeah,
little
I've seen them at
plates.
other events, which is really fun.
You build a little segment matching to, their template that you're doing,
Mhm.
and then they add that to the big mural overall. And so
Which is cool. By the end of the day, if you walk by it, like it's really neat to see like what progress has been done, like from the beginning of the day to the end of the day. It's really neat.
and now something I think this is new here, the
Yeah.
Disney Lorcana trading card game.
Yes. So they're gonna have, I heard about this. I'm really excited because I am a Larcana trader, player, whatever you want to call it. They're going to have a feature artist who draws for the Lorcana. There it was. I
We're
just saw
scrolling
it
through.
show
There
up.
it is.
There
There
it
we
is.
go.
Yeah, so they're going to have um somebody who like draws Lorcana card game cards. They're going to have artists as part of the artists that you can meet throughout, which is kind of neat.
It's an added extra little thing.
Mhm.
So, and if you don't know what the Lorcana
Lorcana. It's
games
only
are, or if you don't like
okay.
it,
So
show up and look, and then you'll really like it, and then you'll be a
yeah.
convert.
Well, I am also of that generation that played Magic the Gathering and Pokemon and all of that. So, yeah, I'm a little bit of a nerd. It's fine.
And this is where Amanda and I really, really differ. I'm a huge nerd, and she's just a little bit of a nerd.
A
So
little. No, I'm a big nerd. I played Magic the Gathering pretty significantly in my teenage years.
it kept her out of trouble,
It did.
sort of.
I also played Pokemon back when there were only 150 of them, so that's how old I am.
My daughter has sort of gone into it. If she's around someone who likes it, then
Yeah.
she sort of wants
He
it. And
doesn't,
then
my son doesn't understand how to play the game, but he just thinks collecting the cards is fun. We're at that stage, and I have tried to explain to him like there used to only be 150, and he does not believe me. So,
collect them all.
and he tries to explain to me how to use the action cards, and I was there when the magic was written. So, um,
Yeah. We're learning how to read and we're learning about numbers and stuff. So
we're past
I'm all
that.
for
Yeah.
that type of thing.
Hmm. Yeah. That was helpful.
And now another fan favorite they have is the Animation Academy, where you can learn to
Yes.
draw a Disney character from a Disney animator.
I love how
The-
they brought that into
Yeah, this is at
Festival of the Arts.
12:30 and 1:30 at the America Gardens Theater.
Hmm.
This was previously seen at Animal Kingdom at
Yes.
when you take the train out to
Rafiki's Planet
Rafiki's
Watch.
Planet Watch, and also I believe it's still there in Disneyland and California Adventure Park that in the animation building
Yes.
that they have it. And there must be these pencils are magic
Hmm.
because I cannot draw, but yet
I
whenever I
cannot
did it,
either,
I
but
actually was able to draw Disney
yes.
characters. So good instruction from the animators. It's a lot easier than you think, and there are actually books you can buy that
Yeah,
give
we
you
have
step by
two of
step
them.
stuff.
They have the step-by-step, yeah, artist stuff. It's really great.
Now there's also the artful photo ops that
Hmm.
have artful backdrops for pictures, and the Disney photo pass photographers are available.
Yes.
And so the International Gateway, there's the Luncheon of a Boating Party by Pierre Auguste Renoir. In the American Pavilion, there's Washington Crossing Delaware by Emmanuel Gottlieb. Was it
Loot.
Lutz? Yeah, I'm not a. I took my art classes. I learned stuff. I know a little bit. I know enough to be dangerous. So,
I know
uh,
lots of art.
yeah. Between Italy and Germany, there's two of them. There's a Mona Lisa by Leonardo da Vinci,
And
or as
she,
the one became a viral thing. who painted the Mona Lisa? And then it pops up, Da Vinci? He's
The
like,
guy painting on the ceiling in what is it?
eh,
Spaceship Earth.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, that was Michelangelo.
Oh no, that was Michelangelo. Yeah, okay. Never
Yeah.
mind. Wrong artist.
He's the guy with the flying machine in
The flying
Spaceship Earth.
machine. Yeah.
And there's actually a Ken Burns documentary on that, on
Oh
Da
God.
Vinci.
Yeah, that's true.
I was watching a rerun of Jeopardy the other night and they mentioned it.
Yeah, I like Ken Burns.
He's got a new one out that my dad was watching.
Oh, I just watched it. Yeah.
Whatever. Oh, the American Revolution one.
Mm.
So I love his National Parks one.
Oh, yeah.
That's
We
my
have
favorite, I
those on
think.
DVD.
Oh, so do I. I
We
got even
watch those a lot.
I have the accompanying book that went with it.
Oh, maybe
But if you
that.
read the book, it's basically like the verbatim script that they're
Oh,
reading.
okay. So
So,
then we don't
but
need
it also
that.
has cool pictures, so
Hmm.
it's worth it. Then also there is The Scream by Edvard Munch.
Edvard Munch.
Munch, put the little
Yeah.
umlauts over the U.
Yeah.
And then the Bridge to World Showcase has Tea Time with the Penguin scene from Mary Poppins and the a forest scene from Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah.
And
And
now
they've
for
had
the
other things in the past. Like I have a photo of myself in Birth of Venus and
fully clothed, don't worry.
fully clothed. And then they've had different pieces of art that you can pose in. I've had some Monets and a couple things. Monet is my favorite though, so
We were talking to, I think it was Maureen about her Alma Waterways cruise
yeah, you
to
get to
France,
go.
and there was a place that had a Monet museum, I believe,
Well,
or
where did she
it might
go?
have been where he lived. That they stopped in there. Something. It was
Well,
something
yeah, I
Monet
think they
related.
stopped in yeah,
Giverny.
Givigny.
Yeah.
That's where he lived. Yeah.
So yeah, get your
That's
fill of
where I
Monet.
want to go. Anyway.
Again, bucket list stuff.
Oh, yes.
There's also the kids chalk art open from 11 to 5. This is near the Imagination Popcorn Cart. Kids, and if you're a kid at heart, I
Kids at
guess,
Heart.
you can create chalk art on the ground.
Yep.
Or if you're Bert from Mary
Mary
Poppins.
Poppins.
There's also Chalk Full of Characters, which is drawings of Disney characters that will happen around the World Showcase that you'll see.
They're fun to find. All of a sudden, you'll see something and be like, wait a minute.
It's kind of like the guys in the white in well, mainly in Magic Kingdoms when I see them, but it's all over that they'll do the sweepers, that they'll
Yes.
do the water
The
drawings or
water drawings or the leaf piles that'll
yep.
turn into Mickey Mouse. Yeah.
Let's see what else. There's chalk art galleries. This is on the bridge to World Showcase Plaza.
Yeah.
Chalk artists will make their drawings. And again, you may or may not be able to jump into them. Depends on if Bert or Mary Poppins
And
are around
yeah.
type thing.
But these chalk artists are phenomenal. I mean, they're producing drawings of like replicas of famous pieces of art and they look like I mean they're incredible. I
Oh
can't
yeah.
I'm not an artist, so it's to me all it has always been fantastic and fascinating to watch art be created.
Yeah, my sister got all that drawing ability.
I didn't.
I can draw cubes in some geometric shapes, but
My stick figures are crooked. Okay. Like I can't even nope. Got nothing.
yeah. My wife's a decent drawer. She has some artistic ability, but yeah, not me. There are also visual art in performance that's in
Mhm.
Communicore Plaza, different times each day, and the artist will paint Disney characters in minutes. So like the fast sketch
Yeah,
artist
they're
type
like
things.
really cool to watch. Those are fun.
There's music in Communicore Plaza several times a day. So again,
Hmm.
not just visual art, but auditory art. And there's exclusive festival
Always.
merchandise. And you can find this all throughout EPCOT. It's art theme type stuff.
Hmm.
So we've gone through all that. Amanda, anything else to add, or you just want to jump to a travel tip?
I'd say my travel tip is visit Disney more than once per year because there's always a festival in Epcot to visit, and all of them are so unique. And I mean, Festival of the Arts is my favorite. I grew up in an artistic world, and I love art and music, and well, we all know I like food. We all know that's why I go to Disney. But it's my favorite festival, and that's what I would say is to visit at least once, visit during Festival of the Arts. But any time of year is perfect because you always have a different festival in Epcot. So you
So you
should
have
go
to
more than once.
go at least 5 times a year, four
Hmm.
times for each of the festivals, and then once when there's no festival, which
Right,
makes you appreciate having the festivals even more.
right. Agreed. Okay, good point.
So for mine, during the Epcot International Festival of the Arts, it's a great time to visit Walt Disney World Resort.
Hmm.
That other than Martin Luther King Day and President's Day,
Hmm.
this is one of the least busy times to make your trip.
Yeah,
So most parents don't want to take their kids out of school, especially because they just had off for Christmas or New Year's, and they're soon going to be off for spring break. And so that helps keep the crowds down a bit. Weather is usually pretty nice too. You're not in hurricane season. It's usually not too hot, so you're not like sweltering days of summer where you're going to
yeah.
melt. You can get some quote unquote cold days, but cold in Florida is usually chilly for most of the rest of the country.
Just wear pants instead of shorts. You'll be fine.
That's the thing. We've been there whenever it's been highs in the 50s,
Oh no, you
and
have to buy a Disney sweatshirt. Darn.
you got to be prepared. But if you're coming from a northern part of the country, like Amanda and I, you're most likely going to have your coat with you anyway. So
Right.
you just wear that to the parks and you're fine. But buying the extra Disney sweatshirt just puts you in the mood and makes
Hmm.
let you buy a Disney sweatshirt anyway.
Right.
So please check your weather forecast and pack accordingly.
Hmm.
But it's a real nice time. That's where we like going in the winter. It
Yeah.
Going this summer and all the sweating, I'll pass.
Yeah, I hate sweaty vacations.
Yeah, we do enough of that when we visit Indonesia. So
Hmm.
now, if you have a destination or an experience that you'd like to have us discuss on the Where Yinz Goin podcast, or if you'd like to share your favorite place to visit or have a travel tip, feel free to contact me. I'd love to hear your feedback and ideas. Amanda, how can people get a hold of you?
I am on social media, both on Facebook and Instagram at Dreams by Design Travel with Amanda, or I can be reached directly by email, amanda@dreamsbydesigntravel.com.
Here at the podcast, we're on Facebook and X at Where Yinz Goin, Yinz, Yinz, Goin, Goin with the apostrophe. All this information will be in the episode description. So if you want to contact us to book a trip or have any questions, you know how to find us. You
Yep.
don't have to worry about writing it down. Please like, follow, subscribe, leave a review, tell a friend, let other people know about it if you like what you heard. If you have someone who's planning their trip to Disney and they need to know this information, perfect time to share it. You can become the, best friend of the person after they have their most amazing time, after, of course, contacting Amanda and I to book the trip. But,
Yeah.
Amanda, thank you very much. Everyone else out there, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you too, man. I don't want to leave you out, but
Happy New Year, Matt.
so everyone else, please join us next time. Might or might not have Amanda. We'll see.
At this point,
Actually, will not be Amanda, but will be a Mandy. So
oh,
we're going
okay.
on that. We're going to talk about weddings and proposals
Oh,
and all
that's
that
right,
stuff
because
at
she had her
Disney.
wedding at Disney. Yes.
And next week is going to be around the time of her actual wedding anniversary.
Oh,
So it's
that's right.
appropriate. So happy early anniversary, Mandy.
Yeah.
So everyone else, join us next time. We're heading out in that. We'll see you later.
Bye.